Of courts, there may be some big changes coming up this summer in the Supreme Court. We're joined right now by Bill Staniford. He's a political analyst. He's the president of Urban.com and formerly U.S. Marine Intelligence. Bill, I wanted to talk to you about the stories that were circulating yesterday. Senator Grassley and I believe even Ted Cruz have hinted that there was going to be another retirement in the Supreme Court, or at least an opening, I'm assuming would happen from a retirement. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the person that we're talking about is Justice Kennedy. Justice Kennedy is currently 80 years old, and his children are actually friends with President Trump's children. And I believe that's where this information is coming from.
Oh.
So I think the chances are pretty likely that the reports are accurate and that there will be a retirement for Justice Kennedy in the summer.
Wow. So, this is probably a nightmare scenario for the left, I would think.
Well, I actually don't think it as dramatic as people may think. If you consider the court to be a 4-4 split right now, with 4-4-1, let's say, with Justice Kennedy being the swing vote, certainly the court will move to the right, but I don't think it will be as significant as people think. Now, if Justice Ginsburg, for example, or Justice Breyer, who's 83 and 78 respectively, if either of them retire, then you could stand by for all hell to break loose.
Yeah, but you do kind of remove the swing aspect of it, particularly if, I know her name is going to escape me, one of the other candidates that was considered, Diane Sykes, I believe was her name, when Neil Gorsuch's name was thrown around. I mean, she is the person who, it seems to me like, would be one of the top candidates right away, and she would be more in the Gorsuch mold than the Kennedy mold.
Oh, absolutely, and I think all of the Trump nominees in this list are certainly closer to the Gorsuch mold than the Kennedy mold. Again, Kennedy was appointed by Reagan, and he has evolved into somewhat of I guess a moderate, if you would say, or a swing vote, and it's certainly going to realign the court, no question about it. But if President Trump does get reelected, you could see a massive realignment of the court where potentially you could see something along the lines of a 7-2 split and a very conservative Supreme Court.
Wow. Yeah, I guess Kennedy wasn't. I was assuming maybe Justice Ginsburg or someone like that might have been the name that was up this time, but here we go again, and they're already facing some serious issues regarding. I think they're going to be facing a Second Amendment issue here shortly, transgender rights, religious liberty. These are all key questions.
Oh, absolutely, and then you can imagine that Roe v. Wade will come back again.
Sure, yeah, somebody's going to challenge it. Just as I thought that if Clinton had won and a Merrick Garland or someone like that had made it onto the court, I think immediately there would have been challenges to Heller and Citizens United and some of these other cases. Correct. Very good.
Correct. And with the Republicans already using the nuclear option, and therefore the Democrats are no longer going to be able to filibuster any nominees. So while there may be a lot of political hay made and a lot of noise, I think any of the nominations should pretty much sail through.
Very good. Bill Staniford, political analyst and president of Urban.com, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
So there you have it. I mean, the Justice Kennedy thing was sort of a revelation to me. I assumed that it wasn't Kennedy. But I guess it makes sense. I mean, if he knows that he's 80 years old, there is now, again, a Republican president. He was appointed by Ronald Reagan. Now would make sense for him to probably step down now. There was some resentment on the left that Ruth Bader Ginsburg didn't make that same decision a year or two ago when they still could have replaced her. But now, if her health fails, it'll be Donald Trump replacing her. And that's what's got them a little bit nervous.